In true crime cases, there are two imperative tasks done by law enforcement in order to organize and ultimately arrest those responsible for committing the crime or crimes. One is preparing a list of suspects. The other, constructing a timeline of events. Hey guys, welcome to Cracklin' Rosie True Crime. So glad to be here today. Good to see you on screen. I hope that you have been enjoying some of our podcast format videos. And today we are just going to have a little sneak peek at the Son of Sam timeline PDF. I'm going to just quickly go through it with you. In subsequent episodes, we will go a little bit deeper into it, but for today, it's just a sneak peek at the timeline, what it is, and the links that are included in it for your use. So last year, a cool timeline slideshow was released, and that was fun. It had basic information on it, but it was in the form of a slide. So basically, you could either watch the slide or you could put it on your device and look one by one and read. But this is inspired by that as well. Of course, this PDF is just a nice compilation of your basic case facts. But the cool thing on it, and I'm going to turn to, I'm just scanning through. Today, I'm not going through every slide. Basically, I'm going to use these slides for templates for my shows. So I made a little playlist. It's called SOS Timeline, and I'm going to be putting together a few shows based on the timeline up there. And this is a work in progress. We've had a lot of files circulating, and so my hope is that this timeline will grow. Hey, let's stop at Michelle Foreman. Nobody ever talks about Michelle Foreman. All right, so this is one of the crime slides, and as you can see, there you go. It's a picture of Michelle, so you're gonna see things like information on date of occurrence. You're gonna see whatever information basically we had, we tried to put as much in there as possible. Not a lot on her except from like the Klausner book, and I wanted to find other sources, but just as an example, when you look at the PDF or at the slide, you're going to see that there's several interactive links. So I'm just going to take you through one, and this is Odd Stops. And it just shows you, this is a really cool website, and it's on our reference. And let me jump back and let you know that if this should become public for those who want it for research or just newbies to the case that want to learn the basic facts of the case, there is a reference sheet for everywhere that we got everything as best as we could, with special thanks to people that, helped inspire or helped get information for the timeline. All right, so here at the Odd Stops, it shows the bridge where David Berkowitz stabbed his first victim. And it gives you a little write-up on it. And this isn't my site. We just thought this was an interesting site. And so it was just a cool link to include. And I wanted to give you an example of one of those interactive links. Just scanning through, I want to show you. It's just there's little gems everywhere. It's the type of doc that you need to kind of go through and just hover over with your mouse, because if it highlights, that means there's something there for you to see. here we go. I wanted to come to one of the crime slides where there was a link within a link. Oh no, this would be good. Yeah, okay. So here we're at the crime slide for Esau and Sirianni. And if you scan over, you'll see that it talks some about the letters, but it's just a little flagger because it's an important thing. But we didn't want to take up their slide with all of the letters. So there's a little link here and you click on it. Well, there were several letters sent. There was some fingerprint issues. So there's a little sublink or an index. And then just as an example, since the Borelli letter was dropped at that crime, you go to the Borelli letter. Check this out. There's Mr. Borelli. Okay, and there's the letter. Not reading this. Remember, we're going to do shows on this. This is a little sneak peek today. Okay. There's a news article, and, you know, wherever we could, we used Daily News, New York Times, just to illustrate what the media was saying at that time. That's not saying that we're trying to prove anything through these articles. They were just available. So where at all possible, we tried to pull together whatever info was being made to the public. So here's a link within a link within a link. And so if you go up here, see, you have to hover around because there's lots of goodies. If you hover around, this is an excerpt where Borelli speaks. And I just thought it was kind of cool. And see, we credit everybody. I know it's hard to see, but now he's making it personal. Oh, sorry. So that's just an excerpt. So you're not going to see full movies or anything like that. They're clips. So that someone coming into the case that really doesn't know that much, it just gives them a little insight. And then, well, I guess my hope is that it will pique enough curiosity that people will go out and look more into whatever avenues of the case that they want to look deeper into. So let's just go back here. So again, if you look through, there are just jewels everywhere. I'm just going to go down here so you could see that. On the crime files, we made sure we use the odd stops just to be able to see the locations. We have police reports and anything else that was available. So in the Moskowitz case, there were police photos. Anywhere where there was anything that we felt wasn't really appropriate to have on something like this, we blurred out or, you know, we used appropriate measures, but police sketches. So the PDF link, it's about 30 slides to date. Remember, there's a lot of things that I'm looking into, and I would love to build on this. And just to wrap this portion up, so you've got your intro. We start basically from childhood, cover a little military. You got some vid clips, some links, some photos. And I'm just scanning through quick to show you kind of where we went. We go through all the crimes, the arrest, all that processing, the evaluations, whether he was, you know, was he setting all those fires? I mean, I definitely think he started fires, but I don't know about all those fires. But anyhow, you know, if it was included in the case and it was reported on, we did our best to include here. This I'm going to save as a sweetie. I did a really nice organization on the letters, the Abrahamson letters and the apartment letters. Please, sentencing and detention, we go through there. As you can see when I hover over, there are many, many links. We kind of surmise up, well, we don't wrap it up, but we start to intro here, since there's not a lot or there hasn't been a lot of information other than the ultimate evil and the descent into darkness. You know, I wanted this to be where we're packing in information, but we do include the reopening of the case and what we have there. Well, what we have on the timeline at this point. There will be more. And many faces of Berkowitz, and this kind of documents throughout the years his stories. And I'm definitely going to do probably a long on that. I'm always doing shorties. Rosie's known for her shorties. I'm probably going to do a long on that, because you're going to see that although the story changes over the years and goes back and changes and goes back, there's always some common denominators there, and I'm going to cover that. Of course, we talk a little bit about the compilation process and how we're using direct evidence where available for enjoyment and learning of what was going on at the time. We do use some articles, pictures where we have them, anything at all that we can to support that was appropriate to use and that we had permission to use. There's a reference here that just gives, again, thanks to the people who helped make this timeline better by providing information. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's still a work in progress, but in terms of the basic case being laid out, I think it's in a good space. And I just wanted to give you all a little sneak peek of the timeline. So we're going to move on just for, wanted to spend time with you today. And I'm going to show you one of my favorite archive clips next. So hope we're chatting. I hope this ends up being long enough where we have a live chat. Miss some of you guys. Anyway, tell me what you think. It's really cool. I mean, you could just sit here and play with links because there's just so much. All right, let's move on. It's very short, but it's just one of my faves. Get it up on the screen for you. I'm gonna mute my mic so you can hear her.
How has the Son of Sam killing changed your life?
Well, my daughter's afraid to go out at nights. She sits around the house. She sleeps. She slept downstairs last night, and she was very frightened. She had the windows open, and I had to go and close them. And the young people don't want to go out anymore to the discotheques. They usually go every weekend on Friday and Saturday, and they're not going.
Because of this killer?
Definitely.
I'm just being silly. I love that one. The crazy hair and the earrings, so cool. So 70s. All right. I'm going to bring you up another short one. It's just the mayhem in the press. And, some of these cool links, we have some video links in the timeline. So, again, it's just a fun interactive tool. Let me grab this link for you, this little vid clip. So I'm actually going to take myself off the screen. This is the press mayhem, the morning after arrest, Berkowitz being brought to the 84th precinct. So again, I just love this archive footage. I'm sure most of you have seen it. We include a lot of this in the timeline in short segments with links so that you know where to go to enjoy the whole thing. So let's go ahead, get me off the screen. And I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and play the vid for you. Enjoy.
Hey, Lou. Hey, son, get out of here. Get out of here.
Get in the way. Get in the way. Let's get a picture. Come on. No, let's move this way, Dave. Come on. Move this way, Dave. Come on.
Watch it now.
Come on, you're only going to get hurt now, please.
Right now.
Come on. You're recording.
Bob!
With me? Yep. Wait, there's nothing here. You're recording.
For the PC as to who is responsible for this stuff. I don't know who brought him in there.
Why didn't you set it up to bring him in the back?
I don't think that was fair. Not right, right?
How you wait out there patiently for 6 hours and you get that front push late.
Not right, not right.
Where's Harvey?
He was stuck in the back door. He walked in that door. He hit me in the shit. It's all over. It's done. You interested in listening to me or you want to talk?
Talk.
He has been photographed. To the top of his head, he's 5'8". To the top of his hair, he's 5'9". He's now being strip searched. And the rest of the details will go on in time. We'll let you know when he moves from here to court.
No, don't respond to that. It always is a rock.
Which idiot thought that up?
Hey, fuck you. You want to argue about idiots? I'll argue personally with you, you son of a bitch. Fine.
Tell him.
Stop putting that shit on me. We made more fucking opportunities tonight than you've had in 100 years.
Frank, would you make your statement
And don't pull it
again?
again. Last statement or another
Would you
one?
make your statement? No.
Same thing, over again.
What is doing? He has gone upstairs to begin the booking process, which includes initially his photograph. He's 5'8" to the top of his head. He's 5'9" to the top of his hair. He is now being searched. Fingerprinting will take place afterwards. All the other people involved. I will tell you when he moves from here to court. I will tell you when he moves from here to court. I will tell you. And then after that, it's up to the courts.
Frank, come over here a second.
Herbie, I'm not listening to any bullshit. We have more opportunities to make this shit. He's getting it.
We have the guys behind the goddamn barricade. Frank, are we gonna move them?
You gotta do it for the people now. Come on. Stop.
Frankie D.
There'll be another one.
Yeah, right.
Hey, over there. Hey, just one second. Just one second.
Ballistic tests were made about 5 o'clock. Ballistic tests were made about 5 o'clock. The gun that was tested tonight produced the same bullet that killed Stacy Moskowitz.
When you asked this man what his name was, what was his response to the statement?
There'll be no comment on what his statements were.
We understand that he said he was the son of Sam.
There'll be no comment on what his statements were.
Where will he be after here?
After here, he goes to court for arraignment, and from this point on, after we finish the booking process, details. He's in the hands of the district attorney, no longer responsible. Well, we're in the county of Brooklyn, right? Don't be the Kings County district attorney.
Frank, is any determination be made of why he was calling himself that?
Let's get that thing straight up front. He never called himself Son of Sam. The police department called him Son of Sam. We gave the name, he adopted it.
Any indications, any
No, that'll all come. Gene Gold is the guy to talk to later in the morning.
Frank, has he been booked yet? Frank McLaughlin? Frank, has he been booked yet?
He's in the process of being booked right now.
Will he come down and grab before he goes to court? I mean, when will he leave to go to court?
I guess it's Skirmahorn Street here, isn't it? Yeah.
Not substance, but has he been talking a great deal? Has he been saying a lot of things?
I'm not going to go into what he said. That's between him and his lawyer.
Frank, how's your third briefing?
He seems very relaxed.
What has he been charged with?
What time was the briefing?
All right, there'll be a briefing at his police headquarters sometime in the late morning. Let's say once he's delivered over to court, 10, 11 o'clock, something. I haven't set the time yet. We'll set it once we know what the
Frank, what has he been charged with?
he'll be charged with possession of weapons and with the homicide of Stacey Hoskins.
Thanks, Frank.
No, you're not going to see him again here. Next opportunity is on.
We set it up, we had the guys cooperate with you.
Set it up. We have a better attitude.
Did you see what happened? The guys were all behind the barricades. Everybody was all behind the barricades. The captain did a hell of a job. Everybody was completely cooperating. The next thing we knew, he was behind us. Everybody charged around, and that's why you got that situation. No other reason.
That's right, Frank.
No, Frank, for Christ's sake, you want to see it? I got it on tape.
Great job, Frankie. Let me explain that. Okay? You're gonna sit up here on the side of the barricade.
From now on, the district attorney's case is no longer a police department case. Okay? The man has been captured. The police department has done its job, and from now on, it's in the hands of the district attorneys of the respective counties that have to prosecute. We cannot tell you any more than that. If you want to get pictures of the man coming out, it may take you 6 or 7 hours, or 5 or 6 hours, whatever. Just be there when it happens. That's all I can tell you.
Is he going to be here for 6 or 7 hours?
He's going to be booked here, and then he's going to be moved to court.
What's he being
We
charged?
will try to set it up here so that you can
Listen to
get your shots.
listen to the captain.
We'll try to set it up so you can get your shots when he leaves. It'll be probably
being booked
sometime
to
between an hour and 2 hours before he leaves, at least. We'll set it up. Thank you, Captain. We'll let you know in advance.
Doing a great job.
Coffee came on like James Bond. So love those video clips. That's a shout out and available through NBC News archive reels. And so I guess this turned out to be a long shorty. I hope that you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed spending a little bit of time with you. And again, just wanted to do a little sneak peek of the timeline and just share some of the, going through this process. I've gone back, I've read so many different articles. I've watched so many different archive news clips. I've gone back, referenced books. I've gone back, talked with other enthusiasts and researchers, re-looked at police reports, re-looked at the letters. I've just been immersed in timelines. So I have been working behind the scenes. I haven't gone away. I will make videos when I can. Specifically, I'd like to stick with the timeline. Again, there's lots of information that is available now that I would ultimately like to incorporate with that so that we really have a full picture. But right now, I'm just going to leave it at that. I hope that you enjoyed this long shorty, and I will definitely see you really soon. Thank you so much for supporting me and the channel, and thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. Peace.